welcome to today's class. So today's class is yoga for some lower back relief. So if your lower back often feels tight, it's not necessarily that it needs lots of stretching. We often have a tight lower back because the hips, the ribs, the shoulders are just not moving as well as they could. So today in class, we're going to create some movement through these areas whilst gently building support through the spine and the centre to assist and help our lower back perhaps feel a little bit better and not have to take so much load all the time. I'm going to be using 2 yoga blocks today. Grab them if you do have yoga blocks. If you do not have yoga blocks, don't worry. You could always use some books. It's just something to elevate your hands slightly to bring the floor a little bit closer. Or you can always come onto fingertips. So we're going to start laying down on the ground. Place your blocks to one side just so that they're handy. And then from there, we're going to place soles of the feet on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. Just set yourself up, so tuck the chin into the chest slightly, lengthen out through the back of the neck, feeling the skull on the ground, feel both of your shoulder blades, and then feel that sacrum, so the back of the pelvis, all the natural curves of the spine. Perhaps just for a moment now, just notice how your lower back feels. We're just going to do some little pelvic tips just to mobilize the tissue around the lower spine. So I want you to think about your belly button, just below your belly button being 12 o'clock. So it's like the face of a clock, 12 o'clock, and your tailbone being 6 o'clock. And I just want you to rock into 12 o'clock. As you do that, that just lengthens the lower back. And then release and then rock into 6 o'clock. And then you just sort of increase the arch in your lower back. And then rock forwards and back, just tipping into 6 o'clock and into 12 o'clock. Taking some time just to notice how that kind of area feels. Perhaps you've been sitting at work all day, driving, carrying children, anything where maybe your lower back's had to take a little bit more load than what it normally would. So just tipping and rocking, so the glutes are staying down on the ground for the minute as you do that. Start to mobilize that tissue, stretching, especially as we lengthen. And then I want you to find somewhere in between, okay? So not excessively lengthening or tipping and creating a bigger arch in the lower back. So we kind of want to keep our pelvis in this neutral position. Hands can be down by your sides, and then you're going to take your right heel and just land it just below your left knee. My right knee is pointing to the top of the right mat, okay? So it's not a figure of 4 where it's all the way out. That heel is just there just to give your glute a little bit of a guide to lift up. So pushing into that left foot, keeping your hips in that nice neutral position. You're going to push down into those back ribs and your left foot to lift your hips, your glutes off the floor. So we're in a low bridge. You should be able to feel that glute start to come on. And then lower down slowly and then lift back up again. So I want you to lift and lower here. Being mindful all the while, try not to drop that right side. So you're keeping that right side level with the left. You can always place your hands on your front ribs if you would like to, so that we know that the ribs aren't getting involved. They're still anchoring down. You are just using this left glute to extend and open the hip. We really want these glutes to work. Strong glutes actually help your lower back. It takes the load off your lower back. They're our biggest mover muscle. We want them to be doing the jobs that they're meant to be doing. So these strong glutes are just a wonderful teammate for your lower back. So all your muscles have jobs. They're all doing the correct jobs. Then everything works well. If If one of them stops, then of course another muscle's got to take over. So we like to think of them like teammates. They're working together. Last one. And then lower down and then lower that right foot down. We're going to switch. Left heel just below the right knee. Left knee pointing the top of the left mat. Push into that right foot, keeping that pelvis level, lifting up. So once you lift up, perhaps you can always give that right glute a little bit of a tap, make sure it's coming on. You'll notice your hamstring comes on as well. So you're not pushing down with this heel, you're just thinking about lengthening and lifting up into the heel. And then lower down and lift up. So just try and hover off the floor rather than lowering all the way down. Being mindful of this left side now. Perhaps notice that this side might be slightly easier. That does tend to happen. We do one side, the brain figures out what it is that it needs to be doing, so the other side feels, oh, okay, yeah, I've got a bit of a head start now, so I know what I'm doing. Checking in with your ribs, make sure that they're not flaring and lifting up. You're anchoring those back ribs down. Those front ribs are not opening up like a curtain. And just notice, is this side easier? Is it harder? Is it harder to get one glute to fire more than the other? Not uncommon. Last one. And then lower the hips down, lower that left foot down and bring your knees into your chest. Have a little hug and a rock from side to side. So we're just going to work into our core a little bit. Always want these areas working so that we're ready to move in bigger ways. So interlace the hands behind the head, elbows around the skull so they're up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to start to curl up. So pull those front ribs down. You're knitting everything into your center. You're not pulling on your head, just pause, and then inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up. And then from there, I just want you to slide your right foot away from you. It's on the floor, and you're just going to flex your toes to your face. Still zipping up in your front body. Draw that foot back in and inhale, lower. Exhale, curling up. Slide the left foot away from you. And again, flex the toes to the face. Draw that left foot in. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up. Right leg goes long. Flex the toes and then just send your right leg out to the right slightly. But your toes stay up, the heel is still on the floor. And then slide it back and then bring that foot in. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up. Left leg long, flex the toes, slide the foot out to the left, the toes stay up to the ceiling. Slide it back, draw the foot in. Inhale as you lower. One more each side. Exhale, curling up, right leg long, flex the toes, take it out to the side, bring it back, bring the foot in, inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up, feel that core come on, slide the left leg long, toes up to the ceiling, slide it out to the left, bring it back in, slide that left foot in, and then inhale as you lower. Bring your knees into your chest, have a little hug and a rock from side to side. So hugging those knees nice and closely. If you have got a block now, I would suggest placing it underneath your head. If you haven't got a block, you don't need to. And then from there, you're all going to roll onto your right side. So bringing the knees into the chest, the right arm goes long, the left arm goes on top of the right. And so from here, we're going to mobilise through the thoracic spine. So left arm's going to start to open. As the arm comes up, take it over, let your gaze follow your hand, and then bring that hand back. So opening like a door, like a book, whatever you would like to think about. We're just opening the chest. We're rotating from that upper thoracic spine and then closing. So creating space around the ribs. So take two more there. So every movement, your rib, Your ribs gain. Think about it as a movement that perhaps your lower back doesn't have to do. The mobile thoracic spine is ideal along with the hips. One more. And then come back through center, bring your knees into your chest, so just realign yourself for a moment and roll onto the left side. Take that left arm long, bring those knees in. Right arm's going to start to open like that before door and then close. So trying to keep the knees stacked, so you don't really want the knees, the hips opening. Try not to think about pushing your shoulder down. Try and think about reaching your hand away rather than trying to think, oh, that arm's got to get all the way down to the floor, because it doesn't have to. Just take two more there. So we're just enjoying that nice mobility, that nice length through the spine. The neck can go with you if it feels okay on the neck. And then bring that hand back. And then from there, you're going to push yourself all the way up onto all fours. So we're just going to move through cat-cow. We are going to be doing a version of cat-cow in our flow today as well. So from here, all fours, shoulders over wrists, knees underneath the hips, tuck or untuck your toes. That's completely up to you. You're going to soften your chest, start to lift the tailbone, drag the chest through the arms, and then exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest, push the floor away, lift the core, feel that space in your lower back, and then inhale as you soften. So just a bit of a bigger movement now than what we were doing when we were tipping our pelvis, backwards and forwards when we're on our back. A bit more of a bigger movement, we're getting the rest of the spine involved. But especially as you come into your cat, as you lift that lower belly up, lift the belly button up, you can create more space there. Last one. And then come back to your tabletop position. We're just going to come into downward facing dog to come to the front of the mat. So tucking your toes and then piking your hips straight up and take a small shift back. There's a nice bend in your knees and you're just going to pedal your feet. So bend one knee, straighten the other, pushing through the arms, lifting your armpits up. And then from there, you're going to start to walk your feet towards your hands. Push down, sweep those arms forwards and up. And then bring your hands to heart center. So we're going to move through our sun salutations, just one round before we move into our sequence. So inhaling those arms forwards and up, folding down, bend the knees, land the hands, step the right foot back, lower the right knee underneath the hip, point that back toe, sweep your arms forwards and up into our 90-90. Think about the ribs lifting up out of the pelvis, reach those fingertips up, give that right glute a little squeeze. Hands come down, slide that left foot back, right foot back. Lower the knees towards the feet, lower down in one long line. Let the pelvis land, the lower ribs land. Drag your hands back, engage the glutes and core as you lift your chest. And then exhale, push back through your knees, tuck your toes, lift into your down dog, and just walk your feet in just an inch. And then from there, you can step your right foot forward or lower the knees, step the right foot forward. The left knee is down, point the left toe, sweep those arms forwards and up, stretching the sides of the body. Hands can come down, tuck your back toe, step to the front. Inhale, push down evenly with both feet as you sweep those arms forwards and up. We're going down again. Exhale as you fold down. Land the hands, the left foot steps back. Lower the left knee, keep the toes tucked if you can. Right hand onto the hip, the left arm sweeps up. So reach up first, then side bend over to the right. Coming back, hands down. Slide your right foot back. Shoulders over the wrists, the left foot goes back. Lower the knees towards the feet. Bend the elbows as you lower down slowly. Inhale, drag the hands back, lift the chest. And exhale, push back and up, down dog. Walk your feet in a little. Left foot's going to step forwards or lower the knees. Step the left foot forward, right knees down. Point that, curl your right toes, and reach that right arm up. So left hand is on the hip. Give that right glute a squeeze. Reach up first, then side bend over to the left. Come back, hands come down, and step to the front. Push down and sweep those arms forwards and up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so we've got a little sequence of moves, just about 5 or 6 moves that we're going to do just to help release the hips and the ribs, mostly to help our lower back. So inhaling those arms forwards and up. Folding down, bend the knees, land the hands. You're going to step your right foot back, lower the knee, and then your left foot back, lower the knee. So we're coming onto all fours. I'm going to grab my blocks for this, so get them if you have some. So from here, you're going to kickstand your left foot to the left. And then you're going to step your right foot in front of your left knee. And then your right arm is going to sweep up. So push down with that left hand and reach your right fingertips up. You can stay here or you can reach your right fingertips to the front of the mat, lifting your side waist as you do this. So left side waist is really lifting up to get space in the right. And then we're going to do this to the other side. So that right hand comes down, the right knee comes down. You realign yourself into all fours. Kickstand that right foot. The left foot steps in front of the right knee. Sweep that left arm up. Reach up, lifting that right side body. And then let that hand come towards and over the ear, reaching to the front of the mat. Left hand down, left knee down. One more each side. Kickstand the left leg. Right foot steps, sweep the right arm up. Do it more fluidly now. Reach and then sweep over. Right hand, right knee down. Kickstand the right leg, left leg steps. Reach the left arm up. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale over. Fingertips to the front. And then let that left hand come down, the left knee come down. From here, we're coming to down dog, so you can use your blocks if you'd like, or pop them to one side. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your knees, pike those hips up. Okay, so my heels are lifted. I want them lifted. Your knees can be generously bent as well. So imagine someone's got their hands and they're lifting your hips up away from your waist. You're going to pivot your heels to the right, keep them lifted, and then move through the balls of the feet, pivot your heels to the left, keep them lifted. So just going from side to side, you're swiveling on the balls of the feet, keep lifting your hips up, your tailbone up to the ceiling, pushing the floor away. One more each side. And then lower those knees down nice and slowly. Rise up to a tall kneeling position. You're going to step your right foot out to the right. So it's like a grounded warrior. So I'll show you from the front here, but we're facing the front. So the right foot is out, hands are on the hips. Now we're going to think about mobilizing the hips. Your right knee is just going to land, you'll lift your right heel, swivel on the ball of the foot, land the right knee somewhere near the left, open the left knee, land the foot down as the left hip opens. Now you're facing the left side of the mat. Now we're going to go back, lift the left heel, pivot on the ball of the foot, land the left knee, turn and open the right hip, land the foot down. So keep doing that, just to the left, the right knee comes down, open the left knee comes down, open the right. Hands are on the hips, so we're keeping our pelvis nice and steady. It's just movement of the hip, that opening and closing. Just movement in the hips really does help our lower back. Times it means, it just assists, it helps, loosens any stiff areas. And again, especially if you've got a job where you sit, a lot of the time, the hips just don't get this movement that they need. Okay, and then land the left knee, open the right. So in this grounded warrior, we're facing the front. This is where you can grab your blocks again if you would like, or hands on the floor or fingertips down. And from here, we're going to cat-cow. So soften the chest, lift the tailbone, drag the chest through the arms, rounding through the spine, chin to chest, push the floor away. So trying to move through your cat-cow here. If it really doesn't feel good, then come back to your regular cat-cow like we did at the beginning. This just opens into the hips a little bit more. And as I've always said, right at the beginning, this kind of movement in the hips really just assist and help any relief for the lower back. Last one. Then come back to that neutral position. You can always move your blocks just to one side. You're going to rise up, step your right foot forwards. I like to take my hands on my right thigh. We're coming to warrior two. So lift your back knee, pivot your heel down and then take the arms wide. So your front knee is bent, that right knee is bent, you're pushing through the outer edge of that back foot. So your hands now are going to turn so they're facing the same way as your body. We're going to do some open and closing here. So you're going to bring your back hand, your left hand, and start to bring it somewhere near the front hand, the right hand. And then as you open it, you're going to straighten your front leg. So you're going to close, re-bend the knee, and then open and straighten. So a little bit like we did when we were on the ground, doing those opening and closing, like a door, like a book. Trying to keep our legs nice and steady. Lengthen that tailbone down, pubic bone lifts up. So we've got that nice, strong strength through our centre. But we're rotating through our ribs. So my hands aren't touching, okay? My left hand's just going somewhere near the right. They don't need to touch. Come back to your warrior two. So bend the knee, palms face down. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to cartwheel this left hand all the way round to the front. Land your hands. Step your right foot back into your plank. Lower the knees towards the feet. And lower all the way down nice and slowly. Just come into a cobra, so drag the hands back, lift the chest. Engage the glutes and the core. Doesn't matter how high you come. Only come to where you're not feeling pinching in your lower back. And then come into a child's pose, so push back. Take those knees wide, big toes touch. Pad your hands forwards as your hips sink down, your head releases in between your arms. So just take a moment there. Take some deep breaths. Just all these moves are just giving the lower back a bit of a helping hand. A helping hand to not have to constantly be taking the load on every movement that we do. Those rotations, those side bends, the mobility in the hips. Everything is connected. Last breath there. And then hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift into our down dog. And then walk our feet towards our hands. You're going to push down, sweep those arms forwards and up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so we're going to do the other side now. So inhale the arms forwards and up. Folding down, bend the knees, land the hands. Step the left foot back, then step the right foot back. So onto our all fours. I'm going to grab my blocks for my hands. Okay, so from here we're coming into that rolling all fours is what I call it. So kickstand the right foot, the left foot steps, so it's in front of the right. Sweep your left arm up, take it up first. Then reach your fingertips to the front of the mat. Perhaps your palm is facing down towards the ground. Let that left hand come to the block. Right knee comes down. Align those legs. Kicks down the left foot. Step the right. Sweep that right arm up. Reach first, then side bend over. Open into those ribs, lifting that side body. Lengthen the tailbone. Zip the pubic bone up. So you're pushing the floor away. There's a lot going on here. Right hand comes down, right knee down. One more each side. So kicks down the right, step the left. Reach that left arm up. Side bend over. Left hand down, left knee down. Kicks down the left, step the right. Reach that right arm up. Sweep over with that hand, palm down. Feel that stretch in the lower back, the openness in the side body. And then hand down, knee down. We're coming into down dog, blocks or no blocks. So when you're ready, just tuck the toes, pike those hips up. Small shift back, but you're staying on the balls of the feet. Nice bend in those knees, ears in line with the biceps or just in front. Heels are lifted, you're going to swivel on the balls of the feet, take the heels to the left. Come through centre and to the right. So as you swivel on your feet, think about staying lifted. Lifting the tailbone up. Imagine someone's got hold of your hips and they're lifting you up. Trying to feel lighter on your hands as you move from side to side. Feel that gentle pull in the sides of the body as you do this movement. Last one. Come back to centre, land those knees down. Come up to your tall kneeling position. Step the left foot out to the left. So it's in that grounded warrior position. I'll show you. So it's just here, but we're facing the front. So the left foot is out. From here, we're coming into our mobility work. Okay, so hands onto the hips. Lift the left heel. So you're on the ball of the left foot. Let that left knee come down towards the right. Open the right hip and land the foot down. Lift the right heel. Swivel that knee inwards. Land it. And then land the left foot. Open the left hip so you're at the front. So just alternate between the two. So you're going to the right. Then the knee comes down and you go to the front. Hands on the hips. So it feels, you can keep hold of the hips. It's a little bit more steady as well. We're trying to be light on our knees, so we're not clunking our knees down. Trying to stay lifted in the core. Stacking nicely the shoulders, kind of over the ribs, the head over the shoulders. Last one, right. And then come back to the front, land that left foot. I'm going to grab my blocks. And we're coming into our cat-cow. So remember, soften the chest, drag the hands back, lift the tailbone, push the floor away, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. It's probably going to be a smaller movement. It is a smaller movement for me. Notice how it feels on this side. Close your eyes, perhaps. And knowing that if it doesn't feel nice like this, just come back to your regular cat-cow. Last one. Come back to your tabletop. Move the blocks to one side. Lift the torso up. Step the left foot forward. Hands onto that left thigh. Okay, so we're lifting the back knee. We're coming to our warrior two. So lift the back knee. You pivot the back heel down. Take the arms wide. And then from there, take the palms so they're facing the front, the same way your head's facing. Okay, so this right hand at the back now is going to start to close and come somewhere near the front one. And then as you open, you're going to straighten the front leg. So close, rebend. And then perhaps inhale as you straighten and lengthen that leg. Exhale as you close. So rotate. Get that movement of the rib cage going. Go slow with it. opening and closing like a book, like a door. Take one more there. Come back to your warrior two, so rebend the knee, palms facing down this time. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then this right hand now is going to cartwheel all the way to the front, pivot on your back toes, step into your plank, however you need to get there, lower the knees if you need to. And then lower the knees towards the feet. Bend the elbows as you lower down. Drag the hands back, tops of the feet are on the floor. Engage the glutes and the core, come into your cobra. Extending and opening, slide that breastbone forwards. And then exhale, push back through the knees. Come into your child's pose, sink those hips back. Hands forwards. And just take 3 rounds of breath. So really think about taking your breath wide, broad, around the back. Feeling that lower back open as well. Last breath. And then from there, we're going to come back over onto our backs. One more little thing to do before we finish. Take our feet as wide as the mat. Knees up to the ceiling, arms out to the side. I like to take my palms out like a big T, so the palms are up as well. Then from there, you're just going to let your knees fall to the left. Come through center, inhale. Exhale, knees to the right. So just going between the two. Once you've got the movement of the legs going, as always, you can start to take your head in the opposite direction. A lovely way, not only to get the mobility in your hips, this ripples up into the pelvis, to the lower back, and further up the spine as well. So just take one more each side. And then bring your knees into your chest, have a little hug of your knees, a little rock from side to side as you draw those knees in perhaps. Notice that extra little stretch in the lower back. And then release one foot and then the other, taking those legs long. Just take a moment, laying on your mat, perhaps one hand over the other at that heart center. Just taking a couple of rounds of breath, just feeling your breath rising and falling, that gentle ebb and flow of your breath. Notice how your lower back feels. If it doesn't feel good to rest with the legs long, you could always knock the knees together, the feet slightly further away from one another. That just broadens across the back of the pelvis. A lovely way perhaps just to close, that awareness around that lower back. And perhaps realizing that moving other areas of the body really does have an impact, perhaps on an area that feels achy, might even feel slightly painful at times. Mobilizing your hips and your ribs really is impactful. It creates space in other areas of your body. There's this rippling effect around the body. Everything's attached. Just thanking yourself for showing up today, for moving with awareness, moving with your breath, your mind, your body, all connected from my heart to yours. Namaste.